Alright guys, so this is another video still on the vectors. In this video I'm going to be covering how to look for the length of a vector. So the length of a vector, to look for it on this calculator, just in the snap in a single snap you're done with what you're doing. So let's get to business. On my calculator, I'm going to the default mode right now. Here's the default mode if you just put the calculator on. So I want to work with these 2D vectors first, then I'll go for the 3Ds after. So mode, my vector mode, which is 8. For vector A, which is this A, what is 1. So it's 2 dimensioned. So this is 3 minus 4.5. 3 equals minus 4.5 equals. So I have my vector A programmed already. I can just say shift vector my vector A, which is 3 equals 3. So for my vector B, I can say shift vector. I want to dimension my vector B to 2 dimensioned. So this is minus 2 and 1.5 here. Minus 2 equals 1.5 equals minus 2 and 1.5. So let me try to see if what I've done is correct. Okay, this is minus 2 and 1.5. So for my C vector, I want to dimension my vector C 3. So 2 dimensioned, this is 2 equals 4 equals. So I think we are done putting our vectors to this. This is 5 equals. So now for you to look for the absolute value of a vector, very simple. All you have to do is shift. If you see this thing over here, it reads ABS, just the yellow part of this hype button. So after clicking on the shift, you click on the hype button. It brings out ABS here. What vector are you trying to look for the length? Just say shift vector. I want to look for the length of vector A. So 3, close my bracket, equals. And mind you, in this part of the calculator, it can't give you a rational number, kind of, as in something over something. In this mode of the calculator, it can only give you decimals, which is not bad anyway. So the answer for the absolute value of A is 5.408 blah blah blah, approximately 5.4, which is not bad actually. So to get for the absolute value of B, I'll come shift ABS. So to get for the absolute value of B, I can just say shift vector my vector B, which is 4, close my bracket, equals to 2.5. To get for the absolute value of vector C, all you have to do is just repeat the same thing. Shift vector 5, close my bracket, equals, that's vector C, approximately 4.5. So to perform all these operations over here, very simple. Just you can do it 2 ways, like this one especially. You might first of all calculate what is here, then you look for the absolute value of your answer. So let me say shift vector A, which is 3 plus 3, shift vector B. Vector B is 4 equals. This is my answer over here. But there is a special function here that I can use to call the answer, which is this 6. If you can see VCTANS, this is like vector answer, your last answer. So if I say 6 equals to, you see, it is still the answer I got initially that I have here. So for me to look for the length of A plus 3B, I can just say shift the absolute value of my answer 6, close it. I have my 3 to myself. That is this. If I want to do for B minus 4C, I can just directly, life is not supposed to be hard, guys. So I just say vector and vector B, which is 4, minus 4C. I can just come here 4, shift vector C, which is 5, close my bracket, and boom, I have 17.6139 blah blah blah. So this should be 17.6 approximately. So you can try all these ones out, I'm sure, just to test what you've learned so far. So now the next thing I want to do, I want to work with 3D vectors. Still the same process, just dimension your vectors, and you use the ABS function here to get the length of the chord. That's just it. Let's go. So I want to off my calculator to clear the data. I on it back. I go to the default mode, come back to vectors, which is 8. To set my vector A, I'll say 1, 3 dimensioned. Oh, sorry, 1. This is 2, 3, and 4. 2 equals 3 equals 4 equals. So I have my vector A, which is 3 equals. Good. So for me to dimension my vector B, I'll say dim 1. So 2, 3 dimensioned 1. So this is 2 minus 1 and 2. 2 equals minus 1 equals 2 equals. So let me go and check if I've been correct. So that's it. To dimension my C vector, I'll say shift vector dim, which is 1, 3, 1, this is 1, 1, and 2. 1 equals 2 equals. So my 3 vectors are live and ready to be operated on. So to look for the absolute value of my A, no stress, just come here, vector A, 3, close my bracket, equals. I have my vector all to myself. So to get for the value of your vector B, shift and ABS, then shift vector, the value of vector B, where's my B? 4. Close my bracket, and I have my 3. That's the answer. Let's do this. If I want to say C plus 2A, I want to look for the length of the vector C plus 2A. So I can just say shift absolute value of shift vector, my vector C plus 2 shift 5A, which is 3. Close my bracket, and I have my vector to myself. 13.19090 whatever, so 13.2. So let me do this finally. So for me to look for the absolute value of the length A minus 2B plus C for these 3D vectors over here, so having programmed my vectors, I'll say shift absolute value vectors, vector A 3 minus 2 shift vector, my vector B, which is 4.